The alien fleet hovered silently in the dark expanse of space, its sleek ships glinting faintly under the distant light of a dying star. For centuries, the Xeleri had traveled across galaxies, conquering civilizations and assimilating their technologies. Their empire stretched farther than any species could imagine, but there was one planet they had yet to conquer: Earth. Commander Vrax sat in the command chamber of his flagship, staring at the holographic projection of the blue-green orb before him. His elongated fingers traced the edges of the image as he reviewed the data streaming from their probes. The planet seemed unremarkable: primitive technology, no unified defenses, and a population divided by petty squabbles. It should have been an easy target. Earth's inhabitants are weak, Vrax declared to his second-in-command, Kale. Their bodies are fragile, their weapons laughable compared to ours. We will subjugate them within days. Kale nodded, though a flicker of doubt crossed his face. He had seen too many seemingly simple missions turn disastrous when assumptions were made about unknown variables. Still, he kept his thoughts to himself. Questioning the commander's confidence was not advisable. On Earth, life continued as it always did. In the small coastal town of Havenbrook, a young mechanic named Leo tinkled with an old motorcycle in his garage. Sweat dripped down his brow as he tightened a bolt, the salty breeze carrying the scent of the nearby ocean. Leo wasn't aware of the looming threat in the skies above. All he cared about was finishing the repairs so he could take his sister Maya on a ride before sunset. Mia, a curious teenager with a penchant for astronomy, often spent her evenings gazing through her telescope. That night, she noticed something unusual: a cluster of bright dots moving steadily across the sky. At first, she thought they were satellites, but their formation was too deliberate. She grabbed her phone and snapped a photo, then ran inside to show Leo. "Look at this," she said, shoving the screen into his hands. "Do you think it's aliens?" Leo chuckled, ruffling her hair. "Aliens? Seriously? More like some rich guy's private jet or something." But as the hours passed, reports began flooding social media. People around the world claimed to see strange lights descending toward major cities. Governments scrambled to respond, but communication channels soon went silent. Whatever these visitors were, they meant business. Vrax watched the invasion unfold with satisfaction. Cities crumbled under the sheer force of the Xeleri's advanced weaponry. Buildings collapsed like paper, and panicked humans fled in droves. Yet, despite the chaos, something puzzled him. Many of the humans weren't fleeing far. They regrouped, organized makeshift defenses, and fought back with surprising tenacity. "They're persistent," Kale remarked, studying the surveillance footage. "Even after we destroyed their largest cities, they refused to surrender." "It doesn't matter," Vrax replied dismissively. "Their resistance is futile. Deploy the ground forces. Let's finish this." In Havenbrook, the news of the invasion spread quickly. Leo and Mia joined a group of townsfolk who decided to evacuate into the dense forests surrounding the area. Along the way, they encountered others: farmers, shopkeepers, even a retired soldier named Greg, who shared their determination to survive. Greg took charge, organizing the group and teaching them how to use whatever weapons they could scavenge. "We might not have fancy guns or spaceships," he said, "but we've got something those aliens don't understand: grit and gravity." At first, no one understood what he meant. Then, during their first encounter with the Xeleri scouts, the truth became clear. The aliens emerged from their hovering craft, towering over the humans with their metallic armor and glowing weapons. But as soon as they stepped onto the uneven terrain of the forest floor, they stumbled. Their movements were awkward, their balance off. One of them tripped over a fallen branch and crashed to the ground, unable to get up easily. "They're not used to our gravity," Greg shouted. "It's heavier here than wherever they come from. Use it against them." Inspired, the humans launched their attack. Using slingshots, rocks, and homemade traps, they targeted the clumsy invaders. The Xeleri's superior weapons were useless if they couldn't aim properly, and their bulky suits made them slow and vulnerable. By the time reinforcements arrived, the humans had already driven the scouts away. Back on the flagship, Vrax stared at the reports in disbelief. How could such primitive beings adapt so quickly? They had no formal training, no advanced technology, yet they managed to exploit the very environment they lived in. We underestimated them, Kale admitted reluctantly. Their resilience, their creativity, it's unlike anything we've encountered. Vrax clenched his fists, frustration boiling beneath his calm exterior. Then we'll adjust our strategy. Send out smaller units equipped with anti-gravity stabilizers. We'll neutralize their advantage. As the days turned into weeks, the battle between humanity and the Xalari intensified. The humans learned to fight smarter, using guerrilla tactics and natural obstacles to their benefit. Forests, mountains, and urban ruins became battlegrounds, where the aliens' size and strength worked against them. Meanwhile, Leo and Mia became unlikely leaders among their group. Leo's mechanical skills allowed him to repair salvaged equipment, while Maya's knowledge of astronomy helped them track the aliens' movements. Together, they devised ingenious ways to outsmart their foes. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Maya pointed to the sky. "Look," she whispered. The once imposing fleet of Xalari ships now appeared scattered and disorganized. Several had retreated beyond the atmosphere, their confidence shattered. "We did it," Leo said, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. "We held our ground." On the flagship, Vrax finally gave the order to withdraw. The mission had failed, not because of superior firepower or technology, but because of something far simpler, the indomitable spirit of humanity. As the last ship disappeared into the void, Kale approached Vrax. "What will we tell the Council?" Vrax sighed, his pride wounded but not broken. "We'll tell them the truth. Humans may lack advanced technology, but they possess something far more dangerous: adaptability. Until we find a way to counter that, Earth remains unconquered." Far below, on the battered but resilient planet, the people of Havenbrook celebrated their hard-fought victory. They knew the fight wasn't truly over, but for now, they had proven that even the mightiest invaders could be brought low by the simplest of factors: Earth's gravity and the unyielding will of its people.